Deep within the Mexican desert, a chilling plan was hatched. The cartel, drunk on power and greed, dared to challenge the United States. Their target, a symbol of American might, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. Their weapon, a stolen, highly sophisticated missile system. The cartel believed they could strike a blow against their enemy. They believed they were untouchable. They were wrong. The cartel had spent months infiltrating the United States. They bribed officials. They exploited weaknesses. They smuggled the missile system piece by piece, waiting for the right moment. This was a level of audacity never seen before. The world held its breath, unaware of the danger lurking beneath the surface. The USS Ronald Reagan, a Nimitz-class supercarrier, sailed off the coast of California. This colossal vessel, stretching over 1,092 feet, is a floating fortress, a testament to human engineering and military prowess. A beacon of freedom, home to thousands of sailors. Each sailor, a vital cog in this massive machine, contributes to the ship's mission of maintaining peace and security. Unaware of the threat looming over the horizon, the vast expanse of the ocean hides many secrets, and today, it conceals a danger that could challenge even this mighty vessel. On board, life went on. Sailors carried out their daily routines, from maintenance tasks to training exercises, ensuring the ship remained in peak condition. Jets roared off the flight deck. These powerful aircraft, capable of striking targets hundreds of miles away, are the carrier's first line of defense and offense. Sailors perform their duties with precision. Every task, no matter how small, is crucial in maintaining the operational readiness of the ship. A well-oiled machine ready for anything. The crew's coordination and teamwork are essential in responding to any situation, from routine operations to emergency scenarios. The Ronald Reagan, a symbol of American naval power, was a force to be reckoned with. Her presence alone could deter potential adversaries and reassure allies. Armed with state-of-the-art technology and a crew of highly trained personnel, she was ready for any challenge. From advanced radar systems to cutting-edge weaponry, the ship was equipped to handle any threat. What they didn't know was that the challenge was closer than they thought. The ocean, vast and unpredictable, often hides dangers that can strike without warning. This time, the enemy wasn't another nation. It was an unconventional threat, one that didn't adhere to the traditional rules of engagement. It was a shadow, lurking in the familiar waters, an unseen adversary, waiting for the right moment to strike, testing the mettle of the USS Ronald Reagan and her crew. The cartel made their move under the cover of darkness. A fishing vessel, seemingly harmless, approached the carrier. Hidden within, the missile system, primed and ready. They were close enough to smell the salt spray, to hear the hum of the carrier's engines. This was it, the moment they'd been waiting for. They believed they were invisible, a needle in a haystack. But they had underestimated their opponent. They were about to learn a valuable lesson. The United States Navy never sleeps. Section 4. A nation's might. The power and reach of a nation are often measured by its military capabilities, and the United States Navy stands as a testament to this might. Unbeknownst to the cartel, the United States Navy had been tracking their every move, every signal, every transmission, meticulously monitored and analyzed. Intelligence reports, satellite imagery, and undercover operatives had painted a clear picture. The Navy was ready. The intricate web of surveillance and intelligence had left no stone unturned. Aegis destroyers, submarines, and maritime patrol aircraft formed a protective ring around the carrier. This formidable formation was designed to counter any threat, from the depths of the ocean to the skies above, an invisible shield waiting to be tested. The fleet moved with precision, each vessel in perfect harmony with the others, a testament to rigorous training and discipline. As the fishing boat closed in, alarms sounded in the carrier's combat information center. The tension was palpable, but the crew remained composed. The crew snapped into action, their training kicking in. Every sailor knew their role, every action was a part of a well-rehearsed drill. They were ready to defend their ship, their comrades, their country, no matter the cost. The resolve in their eyes was unmistakable, a reflection of their unwavering commitment. The cartel had made a fatal miscalculation. They had underestimated the vigilance and preparedness of the Navy. They had underestimated the reach and the resolve of the United States Navy. The might of a nation embodied in its naval forces stood as a stark reminder to all who dared to challenge it. The message was clear. The United States Navy was always ready, always vigilant, and always prepared to defend its nation. Section 5. One wrong move. The fishing boat, straying too close, triggered the carrier's defenses. Spotlights pierced the night, illuminating the vessel. A voice boomed over the loudspeaker, ordering them to turn back. Panic rippled through the cartel members. Their cover was blown, their plan crumbling before their eyes. The cartel had a choice to make: stand down and face justice, or escalate and face the full might of the United States Navy. They chose poorly. With trembling hands, they prepared to launch the missile. It was a decision they would soon regret. Section 6. Justice finds its mark. Before the cartel could launch, a deafening roar split the night. An MH-60R Seahawk helicopter armed with Hellfire missiles swooped down. The fishing boat, outmatched and outgunned, stood no chance. The cartel's plan had failed. Their dreams of striking a blow against the United States shattered. The Navy boarded the fishing boat, apprehending the cartel members and securing the missile system. It was a swift and decisive victory, a testament to the skill and dedication of the men and women who serve in the United States Navy. The message was clear: don't mess with the United States. Section 7. A lesson learned. The attempted attack sent shockwaves through the world. It was an event that would be remembered for years to come, a stark reminder of the ever-present dangers lurking in the shadows. The cartel's audacity, their willingness to target a symbol of American power, was a wake-up call. It was a bold move that demonstrated their growing confidence and desperation. The attack was not just an assault on a naval ship, it was an assault on the very principles and values that the United States stood for. It was a stark reminder that the war on drugs had taken a dangerous turn. The lines between criminal enterprises and acts of war were becoming increasingly blurred. The stakes were higher than ever, and the consequences of failure were unthinkable. The world watched, holding its breath, wondering what the consequences would be. Families gathered around their televisions, anxious and fearful as news anchors relayed the latest updates. The tension was palpable, and the uncertainty of what would come next weighed heavily on everyone's minds. The United States, though shaken, stood firm. The resolve of the nation was tested, but it did not waver. The sailors aboard the naval ships knew their duty, and they were prepared to face any threat that came their way. They had faced down the threat and emerged victorious. The sense of relief and triumph was palpable among the crew. They had proven their mettle and shown the world that they were a force to be reckoned with. They had sent a clear message. The United States would not be cowed by threats or acts of aggression. The strength and determination of its military were on full display for the world to see. They would not be intimidated. The sailors and officers knew that their mission was far from over. They continued their rigorous training, preparing for any future challenges that might arise. They would not back down. The commitment to protect and serve was unwavering. Every sailor, every officer was ready to stand up and defend their country, no matter the cost. The world was a dangerous place, but the United States Navy stood ready to defend freedom and protect the innocent. Their presence on the seas was a beacon of hope and security for many around the globe. The cartel had made a grave error. Their miscalculation had cost them dearly. The swift and decisive response from the U.S. Navy had left them reeling, their plans in disarray. They had underestimated the strength and resolve of the United States. The cartel's leaders now understood the true power and determination of the American military. It was a lesson learned the hard way. It was a lesson they would not soon forget. As the naval fleet sailed into the sunset, the sailors reflected on their victory. They knew that the fight against such threats was ongoing, but they were ready. They had shown the world their strength, and they would continue to stand as guardians of freedom and justice.